A near perfect debut for Luis Diaz, a brilliant performance by Diogo, Jota, Virgil Van Dijk, Thiago, and the rest of the team. We are reviewing Liverpool versus Leicester. This is Menace the Monk, and let's talk about what went right for us in the game and our other thoughts. But before we get started with the video, please make sure that you hit the like button. The algorithm helps us definitely if we have more number of likes. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe. Now let's dig straight into it and talk about the game. I think that in terms of the starting lineup, Firmino starting was definitely a bit surprising for me, at least, because he had played 90 minutes against Cardiff. So I was sort of expecting Takumi Minamino to start this game. I think regarding Salah, it was definitely the right decision to not make him start this decision. The man has played a lot of football, but the rest of the team was pretty good. I think that we went ahead with a very strong 11. One could also argue about Keita not being in the starting 11, but I think what Curtis has been doing this season, I think that there can't be a lot of complaints with Curtis, starting this game ahead of Naby Keita. Now, I think in terms of performances, I think it was overall a brilliant performance. There is no use critiquing each and I mean there isn't a lot to critique, honestly. But one player I would like to start by mentioning is Allison, and that's why we paid those that big money move for him. I mean, that's why we paid the big bucks. Right at the start of the game, he makes a very crucial save, and that basically, I would not say change the tone of the game because we were dominating even earlier than that. But if Leicester score from there, you are talking about a totally different game. But he made the save, and that's why he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and that's why we paid all that money to Roma. Now, one player that I would really like to mention who was absolutely brilliant is Virgil Van Dijk. I think this was his best performances. Not even one of his best performances. I think this was his best performance since his comeback from injury. He was brilliant with his interceptions. He was, on top of every challenge made. He was understanding play. He was, Virgil Van Dijk back at his very best. He was absolutely fantastic. Now the rest of the defense again was very, very good, and we will talk about the goals and that Joel Matip assist, of course. But talking about the midfield, I personally feel that it's a huge privilege for us to see Thiago play for Liverpool. It's a shame that he doesn't play more often, because he is absolutely um, a Rolls Royce of a player. I mean, every time Fabinho and Thiago played, I think I read a stat somewhere that we've won 100% of our games where Fabinho and rather Thiago has started. There, the control that he provides, the vision that he brings, the stability that comes in with him and Thiago, him and Fabinho is just, I cannot praise him enough. And I think that regardless of the Luis Diaz signing, regardless of the fact that now Salah has returned, now Mane will return in a little bit. Uh, Thiago is going to be central for our ambition in the Premier League, in the Champions League, especially in the Champions League for this season. He is absolutely brilliant. Now, moving on, I think about Jota. Well, what can we say? He is, what a player! What a player! I mean, he is. The ability with which he heads the ball is just absolutely brilliant. We have spoken enough about him on this channel. Everybody has been speaking about him. His song is brilliant. The guy is absolutely fantastic. I mean, the way he just is at the right place at the right time. He is brilliant. I think Luis Diaz had a near perfect debut. His interceptions, his runs, he is going to be, Premier League defenders are going to have a tough time against Luis Diaz. At least the initial impression is that. Now, One thing I'd like to point about Luis Diaz is his understanding with Robo. I mean, it's like they've been playing together for years. It's amazing how well they connected, and it was just beautiful to see. Mo Salah, two moments. I mean, two what could have been two brilliant goals. I mean, he almost recreated what he did against Man City and Watford. But again, Peter Schmeichel saved, and that curler that he put across that again hit the bar. So he looks like he's on a mission. I don't know about what people are talking about him being angry, but he definitely looks like he wants to make up for that AFCON loss, and that is only good for us. Let me be honest with you. Now, speaking from a Leicester point of view, I think the display from Leicester was a lot better compared to what we saw against Nottingham Forest. The defense was much more dogged. They were on top of it initially for the first half an hour, or even for the first 35-40 minutes. We could not find spaces, and credit to Leicester for that. And I think man of the match for me is Diogo Jota, but um, Kasper Schmeichel could be a good shout. He definitely kept Leicester in the game for a long, long time till we scored the second. And for the second goal, Joel Matip, I'm laughing right now, not because of that, but just the thought of Joel Matip's face makes me happy. That assist was absolutely brilliant. I'm just hoping for the day when Joel Matip basically does that mazy run around a defense and just scores one in the top corner. We know that is going to happen. When is the question? But yeah, till that happens, we'll enjoy Joel Matip. What a player he is. And again, this is now the start of a very, very crucial period for us. Not that there are any non-crucial periods in England, but Man City being where they are and what they are, we just have to make sure that we keep chipping in with wins. There is absolutely no place for us to falter even a little bit now. So we've got to keep chipping away and hope that Man City have a little bit of a blip and we are there to take advantage of it. Of course, we play them at Etihad, which is going to be another very tough game. Now on to Burnley. Games against Burnley are never easy. I'm expecting a tough game as well. But this ought to give all of us a lot of confidence. So make sure that you continue watching Menace in the Monk. Make sure that you like the video. If you're new here, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers and up the Reds.